There's levels in life, you know. A lot of people don't understand that there's levels to everything in life. That's why when people say that they believe their dreams are limitless, are endless, I say that to a degree, because you have to prepare for the setbacks in every single stage that you get in life. Like if you want to buy a house, if that's what your goal is, you understand that, you know, there's certain things you have to take care of all of a sudden versus when you were just renting, and like all the other fees were essentially being taken care of by other systems, right? So it's adjusting. You know, if you can't adjust in life, you will fall flat in the entertainment industry. And luckily, I've just been thrown into so many different situations where I was forced to think for myself. And luckily, I've also had a good team always behind me, and you know, never letting me crash, never letting me fall. And people don't have that. You know, that doesn't come easily, especially in a place like Los Angeles, you know, when people are really driven by their own motives, because that's the nature of the industry at work. Okay, so it's hard to kind of put human values in an industry like that. So you have to be really, really resilient, strong, and there has to be this undeniable belief in yourself, self belief, you know, and just know that you coming in here with a purpose. There's not one party, there's not one person you have to meet that'll set you up and then make you, okay, I finally made it. No, it has to be making it every single day. Like I spoke in one of my other videos, I said that artists were never satisfied, you know, with the present moment. And it's not that we're hard to please, or you know, that we're just insane, you know. It's just that we always crave for more, just like the universe is always expanding. You know, we believe in that kind of stuff. Parents change. You know, when you first had your first kid, you're different than when you had your 10th kid or your third kid, whatever. You know, you change as the kids get older. You change when different things come in your life. So for me, if I make a song, or I'm dancing to something, or I'm doing something with work, with my writing, I understand that it's not going to be the same. It's not going to feel the same in a couple of years. Okay, that I have to always one up myself. It's a competition with yourself. You know, if other people can see that, they can see that's what makes you different, because you're constantly competing with yourself, and you're putting yourself out there in so many really ridiculous situations until you can get it. And once you finally do, it affirms everything you've been working for. But even that moment of affirmation is still not enough. Like for me right now, um, it's still not enough, you know. It's still not enough, and that's why it's hard to really settle down with somebody who's an artist, because we're constantly evolving, and it's good because the world needs balance. You know, there's some people who are fine doing the same things day after day, and that's what makes their world run. You know, they're essential. You know, they keep the lights on, they do different things, they're valuable for other purposes. And then you have the artist, you have like people like myself, like Ashley Radiance, who is constantly changing and making you look inside, and you know, it goes on and on and on. And to live in this body, it's constant care. I'm always taking care of myself, and people can see that. That's why they're so drawn to me, because it reminds them of something, and you know what needs to be done. If this woman's taking care of herself, and she's setting the standard of what, you know, a woman, and freaky, a woman who's aiming for the top in every single aspect of life. You know, she's not neglecting her mental health, she's not neglecting her emotional well-being. She's very strategic in the way she presents herself, and the certain type of deals that she makes in life, and how she never ceases to stop to, you know, to learn. It's always going, and that's very, very important, and a lot of people can learn from this. And I know I've touched so many people over the years, and I'm so happy to say that's something that'll keep happening. Take that with you, you know, let it change you, because this is so important that you're pulling from me, what I'm able to offer, this radiant energy. You know, never forget that this is what this is all about. It's all about elevating, you know, looking for higher, deeper. Okay, that's what my music reflects, that's what my artwork reflects. You know, people need to understand that, the value of family, especially in today's world, how necessary it is to have people on your side, on your team, you know. And it doesn't hurt to have somebody like me constantly tell you that again and again and again, until that becomes the standard for even yourself.